är Genuin Läderkula på besök här på Karlberg. Vi gör detta besök för att utveckla podden lite grann i ett nytt format som vi har gjort den senaste tiden. Det här avsnittet så kommer jag att ha en intervju med Jos Hooiveld. Fråga honom lite om hur uppväxten var i Holland, inte säger närmare. Lite om tiden i England och om han kan komparera Millwall-fansen med AIK-fansen.
We grew up in a small village in the Netherlands, Zeyen, according to my sources.
Yes, Zeyen.
How was life there?
It was nice. It was enjoyable. You know, just as you said, small little village. It was one of those villages that one time I had a friend and we made a fire. You know, and like everybody did, like a tiny one. And when I came home, my mom was already on the driveway. So she went like, "Where did you go?" I said, "We're just playing." No. Where did you go? We're just playing. She said, "What did you do?" Nothing. She says, "What did you do?" So okay, I was making a fire. Yeah, I already heard bang inside. So it was one of those things, you know, if one saw you doing something you couldn't, it was quite easily, picked up.
Yeah.
And
but it's only 500 inhabitants. To play football there, what is it like?
well, actually, we had a youth team, but I was 4 years old, and this is how I started. I was 4 years old, and we had a girl in the team as well because it was such small numbers that was playing football. And the girl wanted to quit. She didn't want to play the game anymore, so then I had to go on. And then my dad said, "Oh, go on, put a shirt on." And I didn't want to wear a girl's shirt, you know. So first of all, somebody else has to come out, and he has to change into the girl's shirt, and I was wearing his shirt, and then that's how it started. But it was only 1 year, because then we run out of youth players there. So then I had to go to the bigger town. It was Achilles 1894, where I almost played my whole youth.
How was it to play for that club?
It was nice because a big club was in the highest youth competitions, divisions. So that was enjoyable. It was nice, and of course you also meet new people from a city. You know, so you've got more dimensions of of life, kind of. You know, like you got a bit of city life and you got a bit of village life.
Yeah, was it there you got spotted?
Actually, no, that's not a funny story. You know, my brother, he was always a big talent. You know, he was the best player from the region, and everybody talked about him always. And he had like a bit longer blonde hair, so he also like stood out. So it was, you know, people always knew him, and I was a little bit the little brother of, you know. And yeah, he was scouted, and when he was in the A juniors, he was scouted for a professional team. And I was not, you know, but when my dad went there, he went to the A juniors and I could go to the B juniors. I was still, that's age-wise. And when he went into the A juniors, it was like the coach who came up to him and he said to my father, he said, "You know what, I need someone with a left foot for the B juniors." And my dad said, "Oh, well, I got one at home." So he says, "Oh, go bring it next time, you know, what kind of player is he?" "Well, you know, like this and that, he plays defense." "Oh, we are lacking people in defense next year, so yeah, bring him in." So then I came in, and actually from there I developed quite well, you know, and yeah, I was appreciated quite a lot. So it was quite enjoyable.
Is your brother also a football player?
My brother, he went to the highest amateur league in Holland, so that's quite a good level. Mm-hmm. But he unfortunately never really made it up to the first team somewhere professionally.
Do you have any other interest except football?
A lot, actually. You know, now I've got a little boy. Now he's 9 months. All my interests go out to there. I like to do a lot of things, you know, that give me energy. You know, of course, you know, like hang out with your friends. But if you mean more like I like fishing. Fishing is really interesting. Really nice. You know, yeah, kind of like what everybody a bit likes.
Why fishing?
Fishing is nice and relaxed. You know, you just sit there. It's always a beautiful nature around. It's most of the time it's peace and quiet. I only go on the good days. You know, I don't go sit there in the rain. So it's enjoyable. You know, sit down, have a drink, and fish a bit.
If you would add any other profession, what would that be?
Yeah, that would probably be something in a, I was actually all right in school. I was not the stupidest, to say it in that way. So I how do you say, it's technical engineering. I tried to go to the university with technical engineering, so probably something like that, but yeah, that's another long story, but somehow because of the football I could not finish that studies.
Do you wanna educate yourself after your career?
Yeah. In one way, yes, but in the other way, I also, I don't particularly really believe in it, because I see all my friends who've been 6-7 years to university, and I see them all ending up somewhere else. I mean, I think if you want to do something, go and go somewhere and learn it from there. It's a trick, everything everybody does, it's kind of like a trick. If you're a lawyer or you're a plumber or anything, I think everybody can teach it if you put your mind to it. And I think if you are directly starting into it, it will take a lot less shorter time to become good at it than when you are studying and you're wasting your time studying things that you're not going to use. So.
In the 16th century, people in Zion were people poor and so on, and they needed to work hard for the money. And if you think of work hard, you think of centre backs. Why did you become a centre back?
Centre backs in the end actually run the least of the whole team. Actually it kind of grew into it, because I was left midfielder, and then I dropped one line down when I went to Heerenveen, my first team, and I started to develop it from there, kind of, maybe in the beginning I was too much playing, and then I have to learn how to defend and how to read the things, and the more years you play there, the more comfortable you get in those positions, so it's one of those things.
I've heard that you often have high expectations on your teammates, and sometimes you tell them, if I sound a bit diplomatic, that they could step their game up.
Yeah, but I have that with myself as well. If I have a bad game, I beat myself up the most. So it doesn't really matter what the newspapers write or all the 15-20,000 people on the internet. If you know yourself what you did wrong, it makes it a bit easier. Now I have to also directly say that I'm not going to read all those things anymore, because most of it is not true anyway. Because it's really nice to have opinions, but in general people are sheep, and one shouts it the hardest, and then you got 10 who shout exactly the same, just not to be different.
But does everyone accept that today?
Well, mostly, because most of the times it's not shouting to kill someone, but it's just shouting to step the game up or encourage them to do, because it's not always like shouting, like, oh, you're stupid, this. I almost never say that.
No.
It's more like, how do you say, like to improve the total, to improve their game plan, and sometimes it's also a pat on the back, instead of a, how do you say, like a bollocking.
Is there are there any differences between Swedish mentality?
Yeah, a lot. I think we are really direct in Holland. We had to talk about it today, and in Sweden you talk a long time around the core. You talk around it, and then hopefully people get what you said. And in Holland, it's most of the time you throw it out straight away, then you can discuss it, and maybe you get a little argument or anything, but then it's gone again. And here it lingers a bit longer. And
I think trainer mentality, if you compare it like the Netherlandish trainers, coaches, like Louis van Gaal, for example, yes, very direct communication. Is it so here in Sweden too?
Well, it can be if you ask for it. I think, yeah. I remember with Mika Stare, he was quite direct. He was, and quite like direct and really clear. And we had Alm, of course, who was also similar, and Now we have Ricard. That's I think, in my opinion, also similar. But I do think there is a bit of a difference with the Dutch. Yeah, if you see Van Gaal or maybe Ricard, I think there's a bit indirectness maybe. Yeah.
You started out your pro career in Heerenveen, and then you moved to Koppenberg and then to FC into Turkey. How would you describe your early years as a pro?
My early years, yeah, I was not aware what it took to be a football player. I was enjoying football. I was enjoying, how do you say, everything. You know, I was enjoying being young, but I was not really, how do you say, pushed into a way of, how to say, expressing myself on the pitch. You know, I'd done the things and I thought, oh, you know, if you tell me to do this, I'll do that. I'm still a little bit a player like that, you know. You know, if a coach comes out, he gets paid for putting the tactics down, so I tried to follow up that quite well. But I learned that, I think, during the time. So, come back to the question, I was playing football, but maybe not 100% committed, if you know what I mean. Like you lost the game on training and you went away and it was gone. And then when I went abroad, it was different, because then you're only there for one reason. You're there for playing football and there for developing yourself and there for becoming the best player you can be. So in that way, that way.
How was it to play in Finland, for example?
Well, actually, you know, like I had a really bad experience in Austria. You know, the people there, you know, like the coach there, mistreated me a bit, I think. It was not fair, but that's football for you as well, you know. So when I came to Finland, it was like a warm bath. We had a Dutch coach who I really like, and he really developed me really well. And we had a chairman who was standing ready for me with a Dutch phone, you know, and did everything I could ask from him. And so it was kind of, how do you say, it felt a bit like coming like to a family who is working with you towards your goal. And that is, I really needed that. If that step didn't come, I don't know where I would have been, because I was in the second league in Austria and I was kicked away in a really bad thing. And just a half year before, I was standing with my mom when I was 22, I think, asking for a what's it called, the money when you're unemployed. You know, because my contract was cancelled, and then you have to do that. You know, it's like that kind of paperwork everybody has to go through when you're unemployed. And then I was thinking of studying and picking it up that way. But so when I came to Finland, it's like a warm bath. You know, they like me, I like them, and in the end, football is football, man. So wherever you play, it's 90 minutes. It's with 11 aside, you start all on 0-0, so it's not much difference than anywhere else. It's just the stadiums around it and the people who are upset by winning or losing is different. But I enjoyed it.
And then you signed with AIK.
Yes.
What was your first impressions of this club?
Yeah, it was nice, man. It's really good. You know, everything went smoothly. I came in here with me and my dad. We rented a car and we went with the boat. So we came here in the morning about, I think, 6:30 or something like that here on Calberry with my car totally full, and they directly had a apartment ready for us. So that was really nice. So we could pack the stuff in and out, and then the next day I think it was training. So that was good. Really enjoyed it. You know, it was also you know, from one warm bath to another. You know, the dressing room was amazing. You know, I think it's one of those dressing rooms that you will never see again in your career. That you have to be lucky to be part of something like that, and luckily I was it. So it was enjoyable. And you could see it in the results as well. So it's good.
Did you already then knew that you wanted to come back here?
Yeah, because I remember I was like really upset when I left. I was crying when I left. You know, I'd never had the feeling I was done here, but I also knew that I needed to go away to secure my future. Because how do you say? Yes, to say it in different words, you know, like you won't be financial independent in Sweden, and that is not the most important thing. But if you're a foreigner who goes and is chasing the football dream, that is part of it. However you want to look at it. So when I left, it was also a really good deal for the club. So the whole club was also happy, and you know, the flags were out. For me, it was a bit, it was double, because it went really quick, and it was, just as I said, I did not have the feeling I was done here. We was going into Europe. We had the team, but the team also fell apart quite quickly after. I think nine players left after that. So there was, in the end, maybe it was a good thing, because they struggled. We struggled really much the season afterwards as well. So it was maybe also the right choice in that way. You know, like, because you have to jump on one of those trains when it comes by, because you don't know if it comes back. And but to be fair, to come back to it, I thought like I wanted to come back here anyways, you know. And then I came back last year, and we had a great, you know, we had only 14 games left. We won 11, one draw, so that's been amazing as well, you know. After a bad start, this year we have a bit of a rough start as well, and you know, a coach who's been changed, and that there are always things that not going well, and you can also sometimes see it on the pitch, and you can, people start blaming, you know.
You're still dreaming of gold here?
Yeah, of course. We're only 6 points, and we're only 9 games in. So you know, I think in 2009 we had that as well. We just need to find the rhythm, to find the balance, to find to find the goals, to find our feet. I mean, like last year when I came, and just as I say, we won 9 in a row. So that's history, AIK history, you know. And the other time I was here, we rewrote history as well with the double. So everything is possible. But just as I say, you know, we need to find a way to play that suits us. We need to find the way how we get the best out of us, etc., etc. So.
But in Celtic, what happened right there?
It was a bit of, like, I came on a high, you know, and full of energy, full of confidence. But of course, here was 1.5 months we were off. So I had a pre-season there of 10 days, I remember. So that was not an awful lot. And then I had 3 games in a week. And then I think in the 3rd game, I pulled my hamstring. The coach got sacked, a new coach came in. So let's see it like this. It was 1.5 months. Then I've been 3 or 4 months injured, and then we had the pre-season again. So let's say I would have been without football for a good 6-7 months if I counted it. And then I came, and I was thrown in the Champions League qualifiers and did not do well. Then we went in the European qualifiers, and I have an absolute stinker of a game, they call it in England. And then it's really hard, because then you got a little bit in a club like that, you have a little bit of you're 1-0 down, you know, and a lot of people are onto things, and of course a new coach is in, he doesn't owe you anything, and it went a bit AWOL, you know. I started to lose my confidence, I started to lose my rhythm, I started to lose a lot of things, and then we came to the conclusion, actually the club and me, that I should go on loan and should go and play a bit of football and try to get things back.
You said once that you really got a chance at Celtic. Do you still hold on to that statement?
Just as I said, like if you say, like, I played 10 games, from which 2 before the injury, I think, and 8 afterwards. But if you can see that 8 afterwards, I was out of shape, and then I got into it. Then I got a few hits. You know, just as I said, lost my confidence. The coach was not giving me anything back. So did you get the chance while you played? Did you get a real chance? Maybe not. You know, so.
But when you look back at your time in Southampton, how was it to play for that club?
Amazing. It's amazing. You know, like especially the first year. Yesterday there was a testimonial from Calvin Davis, and I saw all the boys back, you know, Ricky Lambert, everybody was there, the boys that we played with, you know, they got the promotion. It's amazing, you know. I really thought like, oh my God, I wish I could be there, you know. I wish I could have got the day off today and be part of them yesterday. But then again, you know, yeah, there is you are how do you say? You're here, and here is where people need you now, and that's what made it the choice quite like easier, of course. That to stay here because we got the Friday game as well. But yeah, you know, but it was amazing to be there.
Do you still catch up with some of them?
Yeah, still quite a lot actually.
Which?
Yeah. Oh, actually, it's Stevie the Ritter, Kelvin I spoke to, Dan Harding I still speak to, Foxy, Adam Lallana, Ricky. Sometimes I text. Just a lot, you know. That's always happens. The same with 2009. I keep in touch with these boys as well. Like, but yeah, it was just, yeah, it's amazing.
How was it to compete with guys like Jose Font and Dejan Lovren?
Yeah, well, actually, I was always playing with Fonte in the beginning, and the first year, me and Fonte were a duo, and then we had Maya Yoshida coming in, but I played still most of the games together. No, me and Maya played in the end quite a lot. And then the next year, Dejan Lovren came in, and he was pre-season. He was not doing too well, but we paid quite a lot of money. So you know, if you pay that kind of money, you're gonna get like an extra chance. And he started doing unbelievable. Yeah, then you can't really say much. We sold him for 20 mil to Liverpool. Then you can't say, fucking hell, I should have played. Excuse my French.
But why did you choose to leave Southampton? Or?
No, well, you know, the first year I played, what was it, 38 games, I think. Second year I played, let's say, 25 or 26. And then the third year I only played 8 with the Cups. So, you know, it was going, slowly it was going down. And yeah, then you have to go and talk with the coach, and he says, listen, you know, as a coach, what's going to happen? Do I get a chance here? He says, well, you know, we're going to bring an extra centre half in. So it's going to be you, Maya, the new guy, Jose Fonte. So he says, yeah, maybe you don't get all the games that you would like to get. And I was running out of a contract, so I thought, you know what? Then Norwich came the last day, and they really wanted to take me there on loan till the end of the season, so I kind of went there because it was a good club to play, a good club to try to get a contract there. So it was a nice opportunity, and maybe looking back on it, because also the other guy got a lot of injuries. I told you Toby Alderweireld, who's now at Spurs, he had a few injuries. Maybe you could have hang on and try to get some game time, but you never know, do you? In the end. So.
But after
Norwich, I had a bit of it's the first time in my life I had a bit of a disagreement with the coach, and yeah, in a way of how things went down, and how he looked at me, how I looked at him, and well, it was also a learning moment, you know, for myself, and I thought, you know what, that place, did not give the energy for me anymore that I need, and then I had something. Then I had a discussion, and then I came to Millwall, where I really enjoyed it. Apart from you know, we were fighting an uphill battle. You know, we were almost always in the relegation zone, and it was really hard to stay in. You know, we had an okay squad. But we had a squad that was really, unexperienced with playing on the championship level. We had a lot of people who are from different, leagues, lower leagues, and yeah, you know, there was quite directly pressure on, and we didn't get so many goals. You know, it was not always a great thing. But I really enjoyed my time there, and I still follow them with a warm heart. So
what do you think about the fans in Millwall?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think amazing. You know, it's funny. Don't get me wrong. I think, you know, when they see themselves back on a video or something, they laugh about it as well. They got good humor, but it's it's good, man. It's top class. You know, there's still a few things that I can remember. I scored against Charlton. It's like the second biggest derby for them, apart from West Ham. Scored against Charlton, the winner. It was amazing. The place was rocking. You know, and even though, let's say, I think maybe 15,000 people was there. It sounded like, I think, like how it would be if Old Trafford is filled with the fans. It was amazing.
If you compare them with the AIK fans,
Similar, really similar. Yeah, really similar. They both got like a lot of emotions. Both got like, if it's good, it's unbelievable. If it's bad, it's incredible bad. You know, it's no in between. You hardly get like an AIK guy that goes to you, oh man, you got a bit of a rough season, of a rough start, you know. No, it's like, what a terrible start, you know, what you guys doing, why you're not doing this, right, you're doing that. And if you then win the game, you know, and then it's, oh, brilliant game, you know, can't do more than that, yeah. It's one or the other, you know, it's not nothing in between that they go, oh, you know what, I analyzed the game and I thought this was about, no. You win, it's good, you lose, it's terrible. Yeah.
where do you prefer to live then? On the British Islands, here in Sweden?
Sweden.
Wow.
Sweden is an amazing country, I think. You know, you guys got everything like set up well. I mean, a good social, how to say, net, social welfare system. It's all really well here. You know, beautiful nature, everything is good. Organized, food is good. It's nice. It's enjoyable.
If you just look back for a moment on your career, how would you summarize it so far?
Wow, thought I'd done well. You know, if I look at things, yeah, I can honestly say I'm proud of it. I just wanted that it ends in with a bang, you know, with something just like amazing.
I have two last questions. The free kick that exploded.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
That was Ajax, you know. It was quite funny. It was before, I think, a European Championship or a World Cup, one of the two. And that was in the same week when in Belgium they shot, and in mid-air the ball exploded. So it was already a little bit of a big thing, and everybody knew then the goal should be cancelled because the ball is not like allowed to play with or something like that, you know. So they played the game over. They replayed the game. So what happened? That was in that same weekend. I think that was like a weekend after. We played against Ajax in the toekomst. You know, that's the little with the second team of Heerenveen. It was, and there was a free kick about, I would say, 20-25 meters out, and he put it to the side, and I hit it, boom, and it went in. But also you could hear like a little explosion as well, like bam. So everybody's a bit like this. So suddenly I see the goalkeeper, and it was a goal, you know. So I'm celebrating the goal. Suddenly I see the goalkeeper, hey. He's like waving to the ref, and I was like, what's that? And it was like a big hole in the ball, you know. So he exploded as well. So what happened then? They got a free kick. So that's something I never understood. I'm scoring a free kick and I'm scoring a goal. They take the ball and they give them a free kick. I mean, you have to explain me that. I don't know how that works, but that was. Otherwise, I would have scored the second free kick as well, probably.
And my last question.
Yes.
It's a bit unprofessional.
Okay.
But it's hard.
Yes.
Do you have any favorite beer?
Beer.
Do you like Swedish beer?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, I like which one? Which one is it again?
Norrlands Gold.
No.
Sofiero.
No, it's not a Swedish one.
Prips.
Huh?
Prips.
Yeah, Obro is amazing.
Not Prips.
Huh?
Johannesburg.
No, no, I'm quite easygoing with it.
Thank you so
Cool.
much, Jos.
No problem, man.
Thank
no
you.
problem.
Really
It was my
appreciate
pleasure.
Yeah, my pleasure.